Sanji tries to come. Sanji tries to come in and immediately gets put down.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Immediately, like I said, this would happen. I said this would happen.
3, 2, 1 less jam. Killed the nigga, that's one less man. And he didn't learn one lesson. And he ain't the only one stressing. I want you and you want best.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? This is your boy ThaGrandShowgan. I am here once again for One Piece chapter review. I'm gonna try and get this one out before the one I did last time. So last week I did 1094. This week is gonna be chapter 1095. I'm still gonna release 1094. It's just gonna be after because I got sick last week and I really couldn't work on nothing. So yeah, let's just hop on to what the chapter review of chapter 1095, entitled Better Off Dead in This World. Okay, so we're going for something heavy. So let me start off by saying this is a heavy chapter. Very heavy chapter. I felt very I felt more so empathetic than usual sad chapters, and I'll bring it up later actually. But very heavy chapter. 1095, Better Off Dead in This World. The cover page, you start off with Buggy chasing a squirrel monkey that stole his nose. It's funny. It's hilarious. All right, so we start back off. We are still from last chapter. Saturn has touched down. They said, some Marines are even commenting and saying, I've only seen this guy in portraits, and nobody really has seen him in this form. So Saturn has disembarked. All units but Vice and Rear Admirals maintain distance. Avert your eyes from his holy form, basically. So I think they're saying that, one, you definitely are not allowed to look at a celestial dragon in this form. And two, his effect, like his special ability, if you would, that comes with his clearly it's a what do you call that? Mythical zone. So I think that effect comes with that. Basically, now we're saying I've only seen him in portraits. What are those flashings of lightning? And those are the pinnacle of those gods. You mean one of them came all the way here from Arijoa's? And then now they're critiquing. Basically, last chapter we left off, Bonnie grabbed a sword, stabbed Saint Saturn. Clearly, I thought it wasn't gonna work. That's just me, but we'll see. Saint Saturn, Bonnie, what have you done? She stabbed the elder. That man stands atop the very world itself. Ready your weapons. So this starts an interesting. This does start an interesting thing that happens. Okay. Vegapunk yelling, screaming out Bonnie's name, and everybody commenting on, Saint Saturn getting stabbed. And he basically says, hey, shut up. Quiet all that noise. If I were afraid of a sword, I would have simply just, dodged the attack. So when he does that, his eyes glow, and it's clearly some type of power coming from his eyes, right? His eyes glow. It hits, it's a, I don't know about it. It's like, it's almost acting as hockey, but I don't think so. But his eyes glow, and he Bonnie's on his chest. So the sword in his chest. She has a hold of the sword, so she's hanging on like that. His eyes glow. She gets sent flying off of the sword. Right. She gets sent flying off the sword. While she's in the air, he grabs her, and then Sanji tries to come. Sanji tries to come in, and immediately gets put down.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Immediately, like I said, this would happen. I said I didn't want Sanji to even try and be around Saturn because this would happen. Sanji is an incredibly strong character. So when you want an adversary to seem imposing and very powerful, you have them basically shit on Sanji. It happened with Dofi, Virgo. Virgo didn't really shit on him, but clearly Virgo was used to scale towards Sanji was used to scale Virgo. It happens all the time in DBZ with Vegeta. So this is what happens. Did not want that to happen. But Saturn rips the sword out. His wounds heal. Sanji's like he's like coughing up blood. That's what type of hit Saturn sent towards Sanji. Sees Vegapunk's group now while we have the chance. So the Marines are coming in close. And Saturn tells them not to move. He tells them to wait. Calls them idiots. They don't have anywhere to go, so just hold your weapons in place and they can't escape. Smart. And then Saturn comments on Kizaru. Now he comments on Kizaru. This is rather sluggish work by your standards, Kizaru. I'm sorry I have failed you, and I don't think I'll be mobile anytime soon. So when Luffy hit him with that star pistol or whatever he calls it, that was a serious attack that he landed to Kizaru. That was a very serious attack. And Saturn tells him, I think I can understand why that happened. You are facing, sun god Nika, so it's okay. Then he goes to stomp on Luffy. Frankie hits Luffy with a strong right, knocks him out of the way. So Saturn stomps on the ground. He knocks Luffy out of the way. Then he grabs Luffy and pulls him towards him. I see a pirate crew that cooperates. Now that's a really interesting line. That's a really interesting line. Let me delve into that. Let me delve into that. A pirate crew that cooperates. For Saturn to say that, in the scans, it was a very different line or something like that. It said something like a strong pirate crew or something to that effect. But the fact that he comments on a pirate crew that cooperates, and we're going into a flashback. We go into a flashback. Now you constantly, well, I wouldn't say constantly, but it's been hinted more than twice in the story that pirate crews, especially if they're very strong, pirate crews and pirate alliances, they are prone to turn on each other. Kaido commented on this law, or was it? It wasn't law that said. Maybe it was law. It was either law or Robin, something to that effect. One of those people said, they pretty much mentioned that pirate alliances don't work because they'll turn on each other. Kaido, pirate crews and pirate alliances don't work on each other, don't work with each other, they'll turn on each other. That brings light to the rocks pirates. So I think that's a really good implication. I like that. I like that. I like that translation. Frankie says, so even guys who rule the world want our captain's head. Ha ha ha. Last start laughing. Straw Hat Luffy, Jewelry Bonnie, we failed to anticipate your presence here. But if your fate is strong enough to escape this desperate situation, I would very much like to see it. That's another interesting line by Saturn. Because there's always been some I want to say implication of the role that fate plays in One Piece. There's always been that. So I would really like to go into more on what he means by that. And you, Vegapunk, your betrayal is most disappointing, but your great service to our military is appreciated. So, it's basically what they do when they discharge somebody. Like, yo, we really appreciate what you did, but your services are no longer required. Which of you should die first? Tell me from least to most painful. I want you to die with nothing but regret for your rebellion against the world government. So yeah, like Saturn's like, yo, listen, I want this to be like, I want stories to be told about this. This is what happens when you go against the world government. And then he starts squishing Bonnie, who's still in his hand. Why is it that human beings feel the need to do what they are explicitly forbidden from doing? That goes into another correlation to freedom and the role that freedom plays in One Piece. Can anyone else move? So yeah, and you can clearly see like some type of aura coming off of everybody. Frankie, Sanji, Vegapunk, they're all rendered like helpless. They can't do anything. This is not science, then it must be devil fruit powers. Oh no, Bonnie. You killed my father, Saturn. So this is clearly why last chapter she stabbed him. She has all of Kuma's memories. She has all of Kuma's memories because she wouldn't absorb them the day before. So she knows what they did. Kuma, you mean he has been born? Kuma, you mean he has been born into a slave caste? So it's the caste system that, clearly the world government is a fan of. When you have the celestial dragons who can clearly come anywhere and do anything, then yeah, you have a very it's like a caste system on steroids. Because that's crazy. Nobody has individual sovereignty except the celestial dragons. The descendant of a clan that once committed a grave crime against the world. So this probably goes back to the ancient kingdom fighting against the celestial dragons, or the would-be celestial dragons. The last survivor of the extinct buccaneer people. Bonnie, ever since I was a boy, I wanted to be a hero who could save the imprisoned and suffering. Just like the Nika, warrior of liberation, aim for the head is what Saturn says while he's holding up Bonnie. Nika, that's right, he's my idol. He appears from a blue with laughter in this rhythm. Dum da 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 dum. It's the warrior of liberation drum. And everybody's freaking out. Bonnie looks like she's unconscious. Will he come for me and free me too? Of course, says Kuma. So this is right before we go into this flashback. This honestly, this flashback is going to be crazy. But aside from that, I'll delve more back into the flashback after the chapter. But besides from that, this right here, it could either make or break the case for honestly Bonnie might join the crew. let's continue. Let's continue. Okay, so 47 years ago, South Blue Sorbet Kingdom. Sorbet Kingdom. A child is born. I'm kind of gonna skip past all this because this is heart wrenching. A child is born, and immediately the celestial dragons come and they claim the child. Basically, they claim the entire family, honestly. So they all are slaves because the dad, he has Buccaneer blood, so he's clearly gonna be made a slave. Though they just take the mom too, because they can do stuff like that. And yeah, the child, he's born with Buccaneer blood in him as well, so he's getting taken. I got a Buccaneer slave, like they're just like clowning about it. The kids are super strong, so they're like really good workhorses. Akuma, how are you doing? Hi, Dad. My master is so kind and gentle. That's a clear, you know what I'm saying? That's like clear slave mentality. Your mother, and then the mother dies. And he tells the son, this is, where I kind of like, man, this kind of got to me because they're all slaves, right? And if you guys know me, you guys that have been in this channel know that I'm I'm a new dad. Got a 2-year-old. I really could not. I'm having trouble getting this out. I don't know the strength that it takes to muster up these words. Knowing as how attached my son is attached to his mom, I could not imagine having to sit down and tell my son this. Your mother's dead, son. She's in heaven now. And you can see the man, like, dad's weeping. And it's because he thinks that she's in a better place. Well, he knows she's in a better place because she doesn't have to be a slave anymore. That's heart-wrenching. Heart-wrenching. Man. All right. So, and then basically he tells Kuma the story of the warrior of liberation, sun god Nika. And he's telling him, he's telling him the story some more, and he's doing the drum sound, da dun da 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 dum da 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 dum da da da, and Celestial Dragon just shoots him because he's making too much noise. Celestial dragons are just despicable. Just despicable. Like, that's insane. Insane. Like, they're irredeemable. So it flashes forward to 38 years ago in West Blue. And this is the God Valley incident. So you have a celestial dragon talking to another group of celestial dragons. They basically play this game, right? It's a native hunting game competition. You can hunt, and you hunt and kill people. Basically, they descend upon a land and they just hunt and kill people, and they get points for it. So they descend upon God Valley, this place which has the audacity to name itself the Valley of God, possesses ample natural resources. So that's where they hold. That's where they're gonna hold the manhunt this year. I think it's every 3 years. I think so. I don't know, but it says that they waited 3 long years for this one. So basically, they go into an island that's not associated or affiliated with the world government, and they hunt everybody and they take the land. Like it is the most evil shit. These people are just. These are the most evil people in One Piece. And it's not even close. The more you get on them, the more like sinister and evil they become. So the king says, "Yo, you can't do this. Like how you just gonna come on to somewhere and, you know what I'm saying, claim rule and just hunt people? These my people." And then he immediately, before he can finish a sentence, cut down. And who cuts him down? None other than the champion, Saint Figureland Garland. The man who's probably Shank's dad, Shank's grandpa, one of them. Something like that. And then commenter says, "Yo, not so fast, Saint Garland. He struck down the king of the natives." he heavy favorite, Saint Garland. He's going to be deducted 10,000 points. He's deducted 10,000 points just because he went before they said go. And what does Saint Figureland Garland say? He says, "Oh, it's a good handicap. That'll make things interesting." Oh my gosh. So, and you got, I don't know if all of the Gorosei are here. At least Saturn is here, though. They've caught the escaped child, sir. The Buccaneer boy. He tried to run away. They got like a group of 10 of them. They brought the slaves here to be hunted down too. So in addition to the rabbit natives, we have a collection of problem slaves and criminals to hunt. Like, jeez. Just throw them all in the game. Throw them all there. Why not? Then, so at the end of the chapter, we get introduced to another slave, or two more slaves. You got Slave Genie, who's eating some meat, and I think that's like Bonnie's mom or something like that, maybe. And then you've got Emporio Ivankov. We know them as one of the heads of the revolutionaries, one of the big boys. Kuma was obviously another revolutionary. So yeah, very good chapter. Very, very, very good. I actually like this chapter better than the last chapter. So back to what I was saying. This flashback is shaping up to be one of the most important flashbacks. One of the best flashbacks we've had. Last flashback in last arc. Well, I guess the Sabo thing was a flashback too. That was cool. But the Wano arc, that flashback with Odin, great. That was a great flashback. This is looking to be even better than that, and even longer, honestly, because you got so much going on. We've got God Valley. Kuma is leaving. He's gonna definitely be he still has to go be the king, the tyrant king, right? Join the revolutionaries. So we've got a lot of stuff. I wouldn't be mad if we honestly get some God Valley stuff. Get some rocks. So yeah, we're definitely shaping up to be just excellent stuff. That is it for me. That's the last. That's the last of the chapter. Last of the chapter. I don't think it's anything else. Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all the love. Make sure you like the video and share it. You know, if you know somebody else that likes One Piece reviews, give it to them. Peace, y'all. I'm out, man. I appreciate y'all.
It could be over in a split second. If I ain't got a minute, at least give me 6 seconds. I'm from the Midwest where niggas keep the Smith Wesson. They street fight like Mortal Kombat, but this Tekken. Niggas get hit up in they head and they midsection. I'm Danny Glover cause I'm lethal with this.